You are welcome once again to Reservation Mathematics Institute, the home of the transformation of the abstract nature of mathematics into concrete concepts. In our video today, we briefly want to look into exercises involving the removal of brackets and how we can transform that into a concrete aspect. And let's look into the previous video we did on algebraic processes, where we talk about the removal of brackets. In that video, we discussed the removal of brackets using a silver Crest Blender as a concrete example, and we are looking into the exercises that involve the removal of brackets in the simplest form. Let's look into question 1, where we have 4 into s plus 2. We are trying as much as possible to remove the brackets. And in the last video, we made mention of a silver Crest Blender, where we have this S to represent the engine, this 2 represents the car, because this bracket has to do with the confined domain or the pack of the silver Crest Blender. So this is the pack of the silver Crest Blender. This is the engine inside it. That is the processor. This 2 simplifies the core. So the 4 here being a term means that we have 4 blenders in the segment. So this is S solution. Let's talk about the abstract nature solution. This is 4. This is an imaginary 4. Plus this is an imaginary plus. This is plus times plus is what? Plus 4 times s is what? 4s. Plus times plus is plus. 4 times 2 is 8. And recall that we have our 4 are positive, which is an operator. When it is positive, we do not have to put it if it is the starting object, starting time in that expression. This is now 4s plus 8. And we can simply simplify this further. In our next video, we try as much as possible to simplify an expression into a simplified form. This is the solution of this nature of problem in an abstract way. But when we relate this to the study of the algebraic process involving the removal of brackets using the silver Crest Blender as a concrete concept, we have said that this is a silver Crest Blender. S plus 2 is a silver Crest Blender. That means we have 4. We have 4 silver Crest Blenders. In this problem, we have S plus 2, that's the first silver Crest, plus S plus 2, that's another silver Crest, plus S plus 3, that's another silver Crest, plus S plus 2, that's another silver Crest. Now, the next thing for us is to open up the carton of the blender. You have the first engine. In the second carton, you have another engine. In the third carton, you have another engine. In the fourth carton, you have another engine. Plus 2, that's the first core in the first engine, another core in the second engine, another core in the third engine, another core in the fourth engine. This leads us to the collection of like terms. Then we have 1s, 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 1s. We have 4s. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 8. This shows that we can simply transform an abstract nature into a concrete concept depending on what you want to use in your environment. Let's look into another question. Minus 3 into sy plus 4 z minus 2sy. This is another question. Let's try as much as possible to simplify this. Opening of the bracket, that is the first stage. We have minus 3 into plus sy. Another term, this is 4s. Another term, the multiplying term is minus 3. It is multiplying through the whole bracket. So this is minus 3 into plus 4z minus 2sy. We have separated this from this bracket because it has no brackets. This one stands as a term on its own, but this one has a domain in a confined space that is being separated by a bracket. That means the multiplication has to be involved into the multiplication through the whole expression in the bracket. So this leads us to another format now, that is a way to easily simplify this. We have minus times plus is minus, 3 times sy is 3sy, minus times plus is minus, 3 times 4 is 12z minus 2sy. You can easily see that we can easily collect the like terms because sy, they are common. We have explained that in the last video too, in one of our videos, as 3sy minus 2sy minus 12z. That simply means that you are owing someone 3 naira, you are owing another person 2 naira. That means the money you are owing that you have to pay is 5. That means owing simply means negative, that is minus 5sy minus 12z. That is the simplified form of this question. We can easily transform this to a concrete aspect again when we have assumed that this is a carton of a blender. This sy represents the engine, the 4z represents the cup. So this is, and we're having three of these in it. That is sy plus 4z, that is blender 1. We have minus sy plus 4z minus sy plus 4z. Because of this negative operator, it is acting on the blender. So we are introducing that into each of the blenders now. So we have, this is an imaginary plus, as we have said. This is an imaginary plus. This is an imaginary plus. Recall that we still have minus 2sy. This one shows that we only have 2 cups in the blender pattern, but there are 2 blenders and the cup is no more there. So this represents only the engine without a cup, because when it has a cup, it has to be included with 4z. So far there is an absence of 4z in this that has turned this to a term. That simply means it has only an engine. So working this out in a simplified form, plus times minus is minus sy, plus times minus is minus 4z, plus times minus is minus sy, plus times minus is minus 4z, plus times minus is minus sy, plus times minus is minus 4z minus 2sy. Hope this is simplified in this form that is understandable. So from this point, we have collection of like terms, sy, sy. That is 3sy. But an inclusion of minus is there. It is minus sy, minus sy, minus sy. That simply means you're having somebody 1 error, another person 1 error, another person 1 error. Automatically, you're owing that person 3 error. So we're talking about 4z, another 4z, you're owing another 4z, you're owing another 4z. That means you are owing 12z. Clear that z is a term, you can represent that with kobo, naira, dollar, depending on what you want to create out of that. Recall that we have an included 2sy. That means you are still following this process up to this place in an abstract way. So you are fusing in the collection of like terms. Collection of like terms brings up to minus 5sy minus 12z, which is the same thing as the abstract nature.